So let's take a look at this NL wildcard race because it's getting pretty crazy across the board. It's pretty much like a 7-team race at this point, and honestly, I really don't know who's going to come out on top. A lot of teams are in this race. So right now, the Phillies have the best shot to make the postseason. You know, they're currently in first with a 3.5 game lead, followed by the Giants, Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, Arizona, and San Diego are technically all still in it. I think everyone below San Diego is probably out because, you know, the Pirates are 8.5 games, so, you know, that's not going to happen. But I'd say San Diego still has a shot. I don't think it's very likely, though, just because they're 5 games out, don't really have the best record. And even you look at a team like Arizona, only 3 games out, just won on a 9-game losing streak, so that kind of put them really far back of everyone else. And then Cincinnati and Miami only a half game out. So it's definitely going to get pretty interesting. I really do think Philadelphia and San Francisco will make the playoffs. I mean, currently right now, San Francisco's on a 4-game losing streak, so if they do keep losing, they are going to drop out, just like Arizona, which is definitely possible to happen. But I do think, you know, the Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, one of those 3 teams will definitely get in. It just depends, you know, what's going to happen with these squads. They got to keep winning, obviously. I think Cincinnati and the Cubs do play each other, I think, like 1 or 2 more times throughout the rest of the season. I don't know about Miami if they play anyone in particular, but it's definitely interesting to look at as we head towards this postseason. So San Francisco maybe could drop out, you know, 4 games in a row they've lost, so we'll see what happens. But I do think the Phillies are definitely secured right now. I mean, you have Atlanta, the Dodgers, and Milwaukee, you know, all secured for their division. I think those will stay the same. The only one that could change is Milwaukee for the Cubs or Cincinnati with the Central. So I do think, you know, it's going to happen, but it is looking like this year that we're going to get 2 teams from the East, 2 teams from the West, and 2 teams from the Central so far. Definitely interesting compared to that American League where it's not really like that at all. So definitely interesting to look at. I think the race is like, out of all the 7 teams, I think it's between the 3 for that last wildcard spot right now, the Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami. If the Giants do fall off, they're going to fall into that category as well. But it's definitely crazy. I think right now, Philadelphia's a lock to make the playoffs, and then everyone else is kind of unsure. I think the Cubs really got a shot to make it. They got to keep winning, though. I've liked what I've seen from them from the All-Star break. Cincinnati, same thing. They have been playing pretty well. It is definitely interesting to see how they're going to be playing. And Miami kind of put themselves in this position, losing a lot of games. I think they lost 9 out of 12 when they came back from the All-Star break and dropping out of that top position. I think they were number 2 over there. So definitely have fallen off. You know, Arizona's fallen off. To San Diego, don't even know why they went for it. It is definitely very interesting to look at as we head into the last like 40 games almost. So really interesting. Who do you guys think is going to be that top 3 in this wild card spot between between the Phillies, the Giants, the Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, Arizona, and San Diego? Because it's going to be very interesting as we head, and I think this is going to decide the last week of the season, just because how close these teams are. They're half game out, 3 games out, so definitely going to be pretty interesting. So this is definitely going to come down to the last week of the season, and I'm like very excited to watch this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.